please know that the enemy is going to send the same type of people. Even though they may look different, you know, I'm pretty sure you didn't have the instances in your past that they have been the same. And I had made a previous video touching on this. Until you want different, it won't be different. It has nothing to do with the people. I see how it is so easy for us to say all men and all women are alike, but that's not true. That's not true at all. All men and all women are not alike. It's just the people that we have continued to choose that have been alike. And the reason why we have chose those people is because they are a reflection of how we feel about ourselves. Now, I've said this before as well. When you really are in a healed place, when you really have allowed God access in your life to do a great work in your life, when he's continuing to open up your eyes and he's continuing to move on your heart and he's continuing to, remove things from your heart, it's going to be different. The person in whom you were with before he started moving in your life, that person is going to look different. They're going to look totally different. So the people that you connected to before you were delivered looks totally different from the people that you will connect to after your deliverance. Healing makes a difference. Doing the work when it comes to checking the root issues of your heart makes a difference. It is easy to blame other people for how we feel, when they initially, do something up against us, right? And there's nothing wrong with, first of all, going into wrong emotions. That's what I call it. There's nothing wrong with initially when you do go into wrong emotions, because we're emotional and sometimes it takes us a while to process things in the correct way. But it is wrong to stay in those wrong emotions. And one thing I had to learn is I had to look at the fact of, okay, what's going on here, especially after my deliverance. Now, before my deliverance, man, I would be connecting with people who look good on the outside, who said all the right things, but the insides wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So just as quick as I thought that I had so-called love with these people, it was a done deal. And I see why. Now I look back and I can't even believe I was even tied to those. It wasn't love. God wasn't a part of that. And now moving forward with my life, I want God to be a part of everything that I am doing, because I don't want to be making choices and decisions based off wrong emotions. And this is what we can do when we are initially offended by something that someone did towards us, right? So when you initially get offended, you can go into the wrong emotions. As I said, you can go into the wrong emotions, but it's not cool to stay in those wrong emotions. That's when you go to God and you're asking God to search your heart. Ask him to help you sort out the things that you are going through when it comes to the way that you are looking at things, because nine times out of 10, we done got with people in a sinful type of way. And remember, we can choose to sin. People be so bold. You can choose to sin all day long, but you can't choose the consequences of the sin. You cannot. And what you sow into, you gonna reap, especially if you have not repented to the Lord. So I say today, again, check your heart posture. You want to make sure that your heart posture is always right, so that the enemy is not continuing to trick you with people that should not be taking up space in your life. We have no time to waste, and we have one life to live. Why not live it to the fullest, being healthy in our hearts and our mind, living for the righteousness and the glory of the kingdom of God? So with that, you guys, again, stay prayed up and peace.